Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Asad Yaqub and I am from Lahore, Pakistan. But this time I'm in Murray Hills. This is the area known as Hanaspur and it's quite beautiful area. So I'm going to just give you some sort of pep talk or a motivational talk about how to prepare yourselves for Ielts actually, right? So let's take a start. By the way, guys, I'm enjoying a lot. The weather is awesome. It's cold. My arms are really cold, okay? And I'm enjoying a lot. And all around you can see beautiful mountains, clouds, sky. Sky is really blue. That's what they say. The sky is blue. My love is true. Okay? Yeah. Sometimes they say the sky is blue, my love is taryu. Okay, jokes aside, let's do some serious talk. Listen up. You guys are doing Ielts, okay? And many of you, I would say, many of you, around 70 to 80% students, they are fighting a losing battle with Ielts. It's an idiomatic expression to fight a losing battle. Fight a losing battle means there are no chances for success, but still you are fighting and fighting and fighting and you think someday, somehow, it's going to be okay, it's going to be fine. So you are fighting a losing battle with Ielts. Now I'm going to tell you why this is a losing battle, why are you fighting the losing battle, and how you can turn it into a successful battle instead of losing battle. Now the thing is this, many of you have your required band score which does not match your English language, which does not match the current level of your English. That's the first thing. Now, students come to me and I ask them a question. What is your required band score? They smile and say, 8,777, sir. And they think 8 is something like, like number 8, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 8, and 7 is something like number 7, lucky 7 and all that. So the thing is this, when I look at their present level, when I look at their caliber, where they stand and all that, then I realize they would never be able to score 8,777. Let me tell you, yes, there are certain students who would never be able to score 8,777 and they are still fighting, struggling for 8,777. So they are fighting a losing battle. I'm not going to disappoint you. I don't want to disappoint you. I'm going to tell you how to come out of that, how to make it successful as well. Let me tell you one thing. Before you make any plan, the first thing is your Ielts. Don't just do this that, oh, my consultant is only waiting for my Ielts result. Now, Ielts is not the only thing in your process of immigration, in your process of foreign education. Ielts is just not the only thing. Ielts is everything. Okay? Ielts is the first step and Ielts is the last step. Okay, whatever comes, that comes in between. It's just like a sandwich, right? There is one slice up, one slice down. So upper slice and lower slice, they are all Ielts. If they are not there, you cannot make the sandwich of your immigration, the sandwich of your foreign education, and you cannot make your dreams come true as well. That's why it's a good idea to take Ielts first. Then you can go on. On the basis of Ielts, you can decide what sort of, the nomination program for immigration and all that. On the basis of Ielts, you can decide. I've noticed one thing. Many students assume their band score, right? They assume their band score. Okay, I will work hard. Okay, I will struggle and I will get 8,777. Not a big problem. I will try. I will work hard. They think it's a child play and they assume their band score. Once they assume their band score, the vicious circle or the vicious cycle starts. And then what happens? They go to the immigration consultant, and immigration consultant says, well, you need 8777. Okay, in Pakistan, they say, inshallah, we'll try, inshallah, I'll give my 100%, right, and all that. In India, Bangladesh, everywhere, they're saying, okay, I'll give my 100% and I'll crack IELTS with 8777 and all that. Now, after that, they start all their proceedings for their foreign education and for immigration. They don't consider that IELTS is the first and the last step. You cannot assume good bands in IELTS without actually getting it. That's not possible. And by the end, when they reach there, or when they come to a solid realization, by that time they waste their $1,000 or $2,000, or they would have wasted their $1,000 to $2,000, and that money is very precious money. I've heard many sad stories which I don't want to share with you. So I would advise you, before you initiate your IELTS, before you initiate your immigration proceedings, or you initiate your foreign education proceedings, the first thing is IELTS. Do not even meet a consultant. Do not go to any consultant. Do not pay any money to any consultant without making sure are required bands in IELTS. This is how you can save your precious money and you can save your precious time. One thing. Now, another thing is, many students book their IELTS date without any consideration, without any proper preparation, and they only think, okay, let's see what happens. Now, IELTS, they are charging around $200 per, as IELTS test fee. It's around $200 or a little more than that, okay? Now, what do? First, they take the date of IELTS test. After that, they look for a training institute or a trainer. I've noticed many students calling me and saying, I have booked my IELTS test for the first week of next month. Or some are in a hurry. They call me on Monday and say, sir, my IELTS test is on Saturday. I've got only 6 days left. So please teach me IELTS in 6 days, right? So please, again, do not be in a hurry. Don't rush to take IELTS test. Now, as I told you about consultants and all that, in order to take IELTS test, the key is first prepare. You need to set a mental goal, set a mental band score that I'm looking for 7 bands. I'm looking for 7.5. I'm looking for 8777. Now, after that, the next thing which you need to consider, that is where you stand and where you want to go. Through a practice test, you can just see where you stand. For example, if you take a practice test and you get 5 bands. In listening, you get 5 bands. In reading, you get 5 bands, right? So this is where you stand. And where you want to go, you know better. It can be 8777 or 7 each or 6.5 each or 6 each or 5 overall, whatever. So where you are and where you want to go, there will always be a gap. If the gap is wide, very wide, then you will have to struggle a lot. You need to put a lot of effort. It's going to be a very adventurous journey. It's going to be a very difficult journey. And at times, chances are you may not reach exactly where you want to reach. But make sure first you reach there, then you take your IELTS test. Otherwise, you will waste your money, not one time. 2 times you'll appear in IELTS, then 3 times. And I've seen people appearing in IELTS 18 times and 20 times. And there's a guy who appears in IELTS every month and still he's not getting his desired bands. So anyways, you need to identify this is where I am and this is where I want to go. And then you got to see whether that distance, is that the distance I can cover in a couple of months? Is that the distance that I need to cover in a year? So make your goal accordingly. And once in practice test, if your target score is 8777, once in practice test, if you start scoring 8 in listening consecutively, you take 5 tests and in each test you are always getting at least 35 correct answers out of 40. you are ready to take the IELTS test, you will get 8 bands. In reading, academic reading, if consecutively you are getting 30 correct answers in every test, sometimes 33, 34, 31, but you have reached minimum threshold of 30, then definitely you are ready to take IELTS and you are ready for your reading test. In the same way, for writing, you can ask your tutors, you can ask the other examiners. If you go to any coaching center, you can ask them, and about speaking, they will tell you. Once you are ready, then take IELTS test. And if you do not qualify, let me tell you one thing like a warning. If you do not qualify and you do not reach, there is free assessment available. You can go to any consultant, they offer free assessment. You can go to any online website for immigration, they offer free assessment. Go through that free assessment criteria and then see, according to your education, your experience, your age, and all that stuff, what is the required band score. Minimum, at least, and maximum, and then you can struggle to achieve that, and then realistically you can achieve that as well. So if you're not getting 8 in practice test at home, you will never get 8 bands in actual IELTS test in the examination room. Do not cheat yourself. Do not daydream. Don't think that, okay, I am confident, I can do it. So confidence will not help you unless you are prepared for the test. IELTS is a test and you need good preparation for that. So if you act upon my advice, you can save your money. Believe me, you can save your money. You will not be the victim of someone. You'll not be the victim like someone who's taken IELTS 4 times, 5 times, wasted around $3,000 to $4,000 and says, well, once I was also doing IELTS and now I'm not doing IELTS. So you need to be very, very careful about this very thing and this very phenomena. That's all. Being very sincere, being your teacher, being your trainer, being your tutor, I have told you what to do and how to do it. And do not decide anything out of frustration. Do not decide anything out of stress, or if you are stressed by someone. Usually the consultants, they stress, oh, take the very next date, take the computer delivered IELTS which is happening on Monday. We need your result, hurry up. Do not take any pressure. Do not rush to take IELTS test. And remember, IELTS is the first and the last step. Right? Do not start with all immigration. And then there was a lady, she called me from Pakistan and she said, my everything is done. My everything is completed. Even I'm going to book the ticket also. Only IELTS is left. Holy man. Somebody should tell that lady that if you do not, IELTS is the master key. IELTS is the master key and your required band is the master key. If you do not achieve that, you cannot go to a foreign country, all your forms which are filled and everything ready. You cannot do that. It's just like somebody says, oh, I'm all set for wedding. Tomorrow is my wedding day and I'm going to enjoy my wedding tomorrow. But I don't know if there is any girl who wants to marry me. I am ready. Look, I got my dress as well. I'm looking handsome. I've been to the beauty parlor as well. Look at my skin. It's glowing. I am ready. And tomorrow is my wedding day. Hurrah. I've invited my friends as well. But I don't know about the girl who's going to marry me tomorrow. So IELTS is the girl. If that girl is going to be willing to marry you, then the other things will come, right? Just tell you another joke. Once a person went to a doctor and he said, doctor, I don't have any babies, I don't have any kids. And the doctor asked, how long have you been married? And the man said, how long have I been married? I'm not married at all, okay? So, I'm so sorry about that. So that's why be wise, be intelligent, make your decisions on the basis of wisdom, not on the basis of frustration, stress, and all that. Otherwise, you will say, I sold my buffalo, I sold my agricultural land, I sold the precious jewelry of my mother, and at the end, nothing came out. Be wise and take your IELTS test once you are prepared for that. If you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel, and you must comment this channel. You can share your views about this very phenomena which I shared with you. Give your views on this video as well. I also teach IELTS online. If you want to join my online IELTS classes, my WhatsApp number is given. You can contact me for that. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best from this beautiful area. May your life also be beautiful like this area. May you always succeed, and may IELTS become easier for you, and may you get your required bench score in IELTS so that all the trouble you are getting now will be finished once you reach your destination country. Asad Yaqub wishes you all the best. Take care. Allah Hafiz.